And now again we are going to come and understand what goes inside the mind of an IELTS examiner. See, I can now reveal you the secret that how an examiner is going to give you scores. So if you understand or have some idea, even a little bit of idea of how the examiner is going to rate you in your writing test. Now we are going to here attack how we can do well in the writing task 1 and 2. What should the students do in order to get a good or a high score, even a 8 in writing? You can easily get, my students do get, and there is, all the documents are on the Instagram, the highlights are there on the Facebook, and you can just go and see yourself. So it's not something that is impossible, but it would become impossible if we do not understand what is called the band descriptor. Now, ma'am, what is that? Okay, most of you do not know. I do understand, because most of the channels, they do not give you such information, right? Probably they think that this is not right to tell the students. Whatever reasons, I do not know, or it doesn't go well with the students because they do not get views by this or likes by this. But I would, as an examiner, would like to, in fact, you can say, arm my students with these things so that they can face the written exam with confidence. So, like, if you come to know, okay, if I do this, I am going to get a high band. If I do this, I will get a high band. And being explained by an Ex IELTS examiner. Who can do that? No, only an Ex IELTS examiner can do. Like, how will she give you marks if you write like this? How would she give you marks if you write like that? How will she deduct the marks? Or oh, he or she, whatever. So if you know that, then you can be a bit cautious. And by listening to this video, I want to request you to do something. You should analyze that whatever is being said in the video, first, am I doing it? If I'm not doing it, I will make it sure that I do it, right? This is how you're going to use this video. See, I have a sincere motive to help you. In case you are not able to pay for some personal evaluation or like that, then you can evaluate yourself. And I'm going to reveal that secret to you. So, I'm not saying that evaluation is out of question. I would again stress evaluation by an expert, whether of your speaking, whether of your writing, is very, very important. But if you understand what is required and how the examiner is going to rate you, you're definitely going to hit the jackpot. You're going to hit your desired band score. So you already know. If you do not know, some of you do not know, I would like to apprise you of this fact that in task 2, the band descriptors, and in task 1, the band descriptors. Now, the word band descriptor means describing the band. Got that? So, what is that? It is the same for task 1 and task 2. You should understand there are, two types of academic and general IELTS. If you do not know, please look up which one is suitable for you. Everybody doesn't have to give academic or general. that we are not going to go in deep into that, but there are two, you must understand. And the task 2 is same for the academic and the general. They are the same. Only in task 1 there is a difference between the general and the academic. So in the general, those who do not know, there are letters. They could be formal, semi-formal or informal. And in academic task 1, there are tables, graphs, then charts, diagrams, line graphs that you have to describe. So that is the basic difference for those who do not know. But now, how are you rated? See, there is task achievement in task 1, but in task 2 it is called task response, and you will be given 9 bands. Okay, you will be given 9 bands from this, for this parameter. I'll explain you. And then there is coherence and cohesion. Again, it is for 9 bands. Same for task 1 and task 2, and same for general and academic. The only difference is the letter and the graphs. Then the lexical, that is the vocabulary. If you do not understand, it is the vocabulary. So that is also from, you're going to get 9 bands in lexical. And then is GRA, that is the grammatical range and accuracy. That is also 9 bands. So you are rated on all these parameters: the task response, the cohesion, the lexical, the GRA, and each is of 9. So from each, how much you get, that all the 4 divided by 4. So what is the total of this divided by 4? So every parameter carries, you can say, okay, for the layman 9 marks, okay, or 9 bands. You call it 9 marks or 9 bands for your simplicity. I'm saying that. And then divided by 4, and this is how you get your band score for either task 1 and task 2, right? Okay, so now we are just, I'll tell you now task achievement for general candidates. What is it? The letter. So what would include your task achievement for general candidates for letter? Please save this video and you can listen it again if you do not understand, but I'm trying to explain you in a very layman language. Is the purpose of the letter clear? The purpose should be clear. Sometimes you do not know what you're writing for. Then every key point or bullet point, in task 1 in the general, you are given some bullet points. So are all the key features and the bullet points included in the response? See, when I have checked some of the candidates' papers, I find that they are not addressed properly. Sometimes the last one is missing. I don't know, because some of you get nervous. It's okay. That time you can get nervous and you just miss out a point, and especially it is the last, And sometimes the one key point is only one line. You're not addressing it properly. It is hardly addressed at one of the key point. So it will be partially addressed, and therefore you will get less marks. Naturally, when you're not achieving the task, see, understand task achievement, when you are not addressing a point, when you're not explaining a point, when you're doing something and you're required to do something, naturally you're not achieving that task. So out of 9 bands, you will get a low score. On task achievement, right? Not on the others, I'm saying. Only on the task achievement. And one very important thing that is included in this task achievement is the tone of the letter. Is it appropriate? Now, this is a very, very common, like I find most of them, like I would say at least, 70 or 60% of the candidates doing, which I have checked. So they know it's a formal letter, it's a letter to the manager, and somewhere they will use a idiom in the letter, they will use some informal language. The tone is coming formal and then it becomes informal. I don't know for what reason, or maybe you lose focus. So be careful on this. So it has to be consistent throughout. It should be kind of, formal throughout your letter. And somewhere you write an informal thing, then that is not a task achievement. The tone, the gauging whether the tone was correct or not correct, it is included in the task achievement. Okay, I hope you get that. And then there is, in task 1 in academic, I always ask my students, in case you are, in a hurry to complete, then don't just go and describe the graph first. Write the overall view, because that is included in the task achievement in what? In your task 1 academic. So there should be an overall view of the graph, bar, whatever, whatever, process and all that. So, and one more thing, it should not have any data. If it is having data, it is not task achievement. See, please note down this. There should be no specific details about the data you have given. So, and of course, there should be all information, not the whole you have to describe mechanically. The key points or the distinct points in the whatever data that is given to you, the key trends that should be described. Now, very important, the development of the position. This is the task response, okay, for task 2 in both academic and general. So, is the writer or the student's position clear and developed? So it should be developed. You are just writing idea after idea and you are not explaining it. So what you people are doing is, oh my ma'am, my task 2 was very good. I said, that's very good. I wrote 5 ideas. Oh my God. I don't need your 5 ideas. I'm sorry to say that. I want them to be well developed and clear. See, when you're trying to include 5 or 6 ideas in one paragraph, naturally, how can you be clear? How can you be clear? And how can you develop? So, my task 2 went very well. I included so many ideas. It's not possible. Develop your ideas, and the main ideas, especially whichever is you think is the main idea, that should be well developed and clear. And mind you, you should add relevant information for that. Sometimes, you give examples. I just want to clear this. What does it mean, development of position? Development of position for task response, task 2, what does it mean? Sometimes you give such examples which are not relevant. You are writing something and the example you're giving of something else. So be particular. See, the video will go very long if start including all those examples and then get carried away, explaining you that example. So I'm trying to limit myself, but I will again make a detailed one. But still, here I want to stress that your main ideas should be well explained with relevant examples. Don't give example from anywhere out of the I don't know where do you find such examples and they are not relevant. Because you remembered an example, you will include that. Don't do that. Okay. Then coherence and cohesion. That is the organization and the progression of your answer. So that means organization, that you already know, I think. But if you do not know, for those who do not know, there should be an introduction, then body paragraphs. Now there should be only 2 and not 4 or 2, or there should be only an introduction, 2 BP and 1 conclusion paragraph. It depends upon you. They could also be 3 BPs. This depends upon your organization. How do you want to organize? Just don't get carried away. But of course, it is good to have like introduction, 2 BPs, and then the conclusion. But if you want to have a 3rd BP, it's okay. See how you are able to organize your essay. And the body should include the reasons, the ideas, and the support. That means the examples. Support means here the examples. And a conclusion. They should be clearly organized. So one tip I would like to give you. And before that, let me remind you that this is a channel coming of an Ex IELTS Examiner. So all the information is authentic. I am giving it for free for the benefit of so many students. So please share and subscribe. There may be some friends of yours, those who really want this, or some family members of yours who want it. And for that matter, even you want it. So now talking about the organization and the cohesive devices. Are the cohesive devices included and used effectively? Okay, so that means you should use them effectively and not mechanically. If I do that, that will become another video. Referencing. Referencing means replacing a noun phrase with a pronoun. And substitution means not repeating the same thing, but substituting it with some word or phrase. So that is called referencing and substitution, and it should be done very, very accurately, right? So now coming to the gift, this time, you have to write band descriptor in the comment, and you will get a free gift, a free assessment from me of your speaking live. I repeat, the comment is band descriptor. Please comment that in your comments below, and you stand to win. One winner will be there, a free speaking assessment with an Ex IELTS Examiner. So you can come to know what's your band, and that is free of cost. So cohesive devices, you should know what are the cohesive devices. They are the pronouns, conjunctions, articles, and these should be used very effectively. I've already told you what is referencing and substitution. Then how, again I have already told you how to use the paragraphs. Are the paragraphs used effectively? Are the paragraphs well organized? right? You have to use them properly. Okay, so are they well organized? You should not be mixing ideas. Then comes your lexical score. That means the variety and the use of vocabulary. Of course, there are some words which are of high band. You just go to my Instagram, and you can also go to my shorts, wherein I always give you some vocabulary which is high band vocabulary. So here is that thing important, that what sort of vocabulary you are using. See, one example is if you say result, and instead of that you use consequence. So of course there's a difference. Just I'm giving you one example so that you come to know what is the difference. Then naturally in this will come the range of vocabulary. This is called the range, You're not repeating a word again and again. See, then it becomes very long to explain you that how not to repeat the word, and then it becomes very long. And your note down, your spelling mistakes are included in the lexical. So if you are not sure of the spelling, one tip I am giving you, it's better that you don't use it. You're going to lower your score in the lexical. The word form, okay, there is, like, if it is analysis, you can use analyze, but there is no word like analyzation or laborization. Sometimes people use from labor, they say it is laborization. There's no word like that. So there are some word forms which you should be knowing accurately, that there is no such word. There is no such word as like. So you should know the various word forms, whether these are correct or not. Okay, then comes the grammatical range and accuracy. So the use of simple sentences versus the complex sentences. So you need to use a range of structures. That is why sometimes we say use although, use even though, use however structure, use not only but also structure. Now if I start explaining the use, then it becomes another big video. So like that. So the grammatical range and accuracy is also very important. What sort of range you have used? See, if you are a 5 band, that means 70% of your sentences are simple. And if you are at a 6, that means it is a 50-50 almost. So it depends, there are other factors also. I'm only talking about the. So your GRA will include the range of sentences you are using, which I have already explained to you. Clear? So now again, your punctuation is very important, right? The way you are using your commas, your semicolons, your full stop, your capital letters. This all counts in your GRA. I hope you are now getting a feel of what goes inside the mind of the IELTS examiner, and how do we kind of rate you. This is the way we are trying to examine the candidates and give the bands. It is not something that is arbitrary. Oh, the examiner did not have a very good mood and therefore he or she gave me a less band or even a more band. There are a lot of myths going on in the YouTube, that how can you get a good band, depends upon the mood of the examiner. So if I would touch that, that would again become one more big video. So of course, if you have not claimed your gift and not commented, what I have said in the video. Just scroll through the video and see and claim your gift. Put that comment in the comment section. I'll choose the winner and announce to you in my next video, that is on a Friday. So every Friday and Tuesday I upload, but on Friday I will be announcing the results. And please, if you want any other video, please comment. I would be too happy to help you. Thank you for your time, and if you find this video useful, please press the bell icon, subscribe to the channel, and see that you get a notification whenever there is a new video. I'm here to help you, and thank you for your time. Bye for then. All the best.